Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and oh my god, Lionel Messi is leaving Barcelona. Like, it's legit, he's actually leaving. Barca announced on Thursday night that Messi wouldn't be signing a new deal, meaning the greatest of all time needs to find himself a new club. There's rumours of a move to PSG happening, but that's boring. There's always been talk that Messi fancies a little spell in Major League Soccer, so today, as if he's a Make-A-Wish kid, I'm going to make little Lionel Messi's dream come true. But who will he join? Well, there's only one way to decide, a random MLS team generator. So here we go, who are we going to get? It is Seattle Sounders. Come on, Seattle. Are they the guys that try and fight and win? Because that definitely doesn't sound like a bit of Lionel Messi. So the club has decided, and I'm going to give him, well, not me personally, the club are going to give him 200 grand a week until December 2024. But before we start the simulation, what's there to do in Seattle? Okay, so we're on TripAdvisor, things to do in Seattle, ways to tour Seattle, a harbour cruise, that sounds lovely. I don't know if Messi likes boats. Beneath the Streets, underground history tour, that sounds dodgy. Chef-guided food tour of Pike Place Market. At £44.61 per adult, Messi could pay for the whole family and still have cash left over. I mean, he could probably buy the whole city, really. Elsewhere, what have we got? Top attractions. Museum of Flight. Messi's probably got his own plane, he can probably bring that along. Oh, there's a zoo, Woodlands Park Zoo. I bet that looks really cute. I'd like to go there. T-Mobile Park, Safeco Field. Is that not where the Royal Rumble was in 2021 when Edge came back, McIntyre won? Unreal Rumble. I mean, if Messi's a wrestling fan, how far's Seattle from Chicago? Because maybe you could go to the first Rampage. Maybe you could see CM Punk make his debut. Maybe it's Lionel Messi's All Elite. I mean, how far is it away? Google here. Google Maps. The Seattle Sounders FC Stadium. Directions. No other way around. The Allstate Arena in Chicago. This has got nothing to do with football at all. Allstate Arena. Illinois. It is... Christ, it's a long way. Oh, it's the opposite side of the country. Oh, balls to that. Lionel, man, you'll just have to watch it on the telly like the rest of her. What about Disney World? Is Disney closer? I don't know where anything is in America. Disneyland. Is it Disneyland or Disney World? Disneyland Drive. Is that a street? I feel like that isn't Disney World. Is there a Disneyland in San Diego? Why do I not know where? I've been. I went to the one in Florida. How long is it going to take to get the Florida Disney? It would help if I could spell Florida. It's going to take them 44 hours to drive. Completely cross country. He couldn't be in a worse place if you wanted to go to Disneyland, Florida. He's closer to Canada, man, for goodness sake. Right, so perhaps Messi's going to have to find some other things to do. I mean, there's a nice nifty little pizza place by the stadium, by the looks of things. Can we zoom in on the stadium? I've lost it already. Where is it? There we are. The Sounders. Lumen Field. I mean, it's got a Pizza Hut Express attached to it. What more do you want? Getty Images are based there? That can't be right. Dozone. Dozone sounds tasty. What we're getting there? We can dine in and we can take away, and they've got no contact delivery. Absolutely perfect. Right, we've wasted enough time here. We've found out that Lionel Messi is going to be near absolutely nothing at Seattle Sounders, so all he'll be able to do is just play football and he can go to the zoo. Let's dive into the simulation. Let's see how Messi gets on in the MLS. Okay, here we are, the 2nd of July 2021, and Lionel Messi's MLS career is 1 day old. He's arrived in America in the northwest of the United States, which I've just found out. I didn't know that's where it was. Here he is. He's the number 14, 200 grand a week. Pleased to have joined Seattle. He's having a great time. How are Seattle getting on? Because I'm assuming the MLS season's already underway in July. So currently Seattle aren't doing too well. They are 9th place in the Western Conference. Perhaps the arrival of the greatest of all time might change their fortunes. Let's go to December. Let's go to the end of the MLS season. Let's see how Messi and Seattle Sounders get on. Okay, here we are on the 9th of December 2021, and the MLS Cup final is set to take place between LAFC and Columbus. With Lionel Messi, Seattle did make it into the playoffs. Messi's been the best player in the division, 8.11 average rating, but it wasn't enough to take them all the way to the final. They got to the MLS conference final. They lost on penalties to LAFC. That's pretty good, actually. I mean, I don't know how good Seattle are. I mean, they have won the MLS quite recently. I mean, they're pretty good every year. 2016 they won it, 2017 they were runners-up, they won it again in 2019, and in 2020 they were runners-up. In 2021, in this simulation, they were being beaten in the Western Conference Finals of the playoffs. US sports are so weird, man. Why are the playoffs for everything, man? I mean, this is a video about a US sport. Why am I slagging it off? Anyway, Leagues Cup, they got beaten in the final by Pumas, so that's sad. Lionel Messi, another penalty shootout, and they lost. Lionel Messi missing the first penalty. He's not the most reliable from the spot, is our Lionel. Campeones Cup, they won that 2-1, so that's great. The MLS Western Conference Final, it was a penalty shootout against LAFC, and yet again, Lionel Messi missing from the spot. An average rating of 8.2, but he couldn't convert from 12 yards, meaning Seattle were beaten in the playoff final. Let's have a little look at how he's got on in the MLS. 11 goals, 5 assists, an average rating of 8.11. I mean, unsurprisingly, it's been a great start for Lionel Messi in Seattle, even though he's on the opposite side of the country to Disney World. Is there another Disney? There is another Disney in America, isn't there? Is there one in San Diego? Oh, I genuinely don't know. I've been once to America and I don't know when I'll go again. Can't go anywhere at the minute, can you? I suppose you can if you have a test. We're not here to talk about that, man. Stop wittering on. So after season 1, Lionel Messi has narrowly missed out on 2 trophies. Being in the League Cup final by Pumas, and they were so close to making the final of the MLS Cup. Perhaps season 2 will go a little bit better. This has been a pretty good start considering Messi's only been there for half a season. How will season 2 go when he gets a full years of football in North America? Let's see how he gets on. Right, here we are, the 18th of December 2022. Before we go any further, at the end of last season, somehow Seattle were in the Club World Cup, where unfortunately they were beaten in the semi-finals by Manchester City. Lionel Messi did score, but it wasn't enough. They got absolutely hammered, to be perfectly honest with you. And then they were beaten in the 3rd place playoff as well by Palmeiras. But anyway, we're here to talk about the 2022 season, and it is one that is ended in celebration for Lionel Messi and Seattle Sounders. Come on, Seattle, fight and win. I don't care if that's not the chant, we're just going to say it because that's what they did. And it was a penalties victory against Chicago Fire. Lionel Messi did score on the day, and in this penalty shootout, he converted. After 2 misses last season, this time when it mattered, he scored from the spot. You can see just from the goal scorers that he's scored a fair few. Let's check him out. Let's see how he's been getting on a personal level. Obviously, he's got himself a trophy now, so he'll be happy. He's the number 10 now. He feels Nicolas Lodero's a great team leader. They probably carpool, I imagine. Don't deal roundabouts, but that doesn't matter. 24 goals, 14 assists, and 14 Man of the Match awards. I mean, people joke that the MLS is a retirement league, but I mean, Messi is absolutely tearing it up at the age of 35. But then again, you could put him in any league and he'd absolutely tear it up. He's just that good, which is no surprise to you because he's arguably the greatest of all time. He's the number 10 now, which is good. And what I'm going to do is have a little look at some of his teammates, see who Lionel Messi's playing with now. At Barcelona, he's been stuck with the likes of Martin Braithwaite and other absolute duds, waste of money. Players like Griezmann just haven't lived up to the hype at Barcelona. At Seattle Sounders, who's he got alongside him? We've got Joshua Zirkzee. He's on loan from Bayern Munich. He's a pretty good young player. Michael Bradley's there, Bob's son. Oh, imagine if Bob becomes manager. That would be unreal. Brad Smith, is he not the Australian who was at Liverpool? Oh, it certainly is. He's at Seattle now, and he's not great, but that's fine. That doesn't matter. He's there, and that's all that matters. Who else we got? No other names sticking out there, but some fantastic teammates for Lionel Messi and the Seattle Sounders boys. He's already favoured personnel, which is pretty good. He's got a long way to go, though, to be on the same level of Clint Dempsey and Casey Keller, legends of the game in America. I like Clint Dempsey, he's a good lad. But Messi already the vice captain. He's won Seattle an MLS Cup. How will things go in year 3? So far, he's having a great old time. He's still got 2 years left on his deal, and there are no signs of retirement for the little Argentinian wizard. Let's go another year into the future. Let's see what happens in 2023. Can Seattle defend their crown with Lionel Messi? Or will he just be smashing massive sized burgers and he'll just slow down? Why am I being horrible to the Americans? This isn't nice. Sorry guys, is there any Americans here? Who knows? Okay, here we are, the 23rd of December 2023, 2 days before Christmas, and Lionel Messi is loving life at Seattle. He's happy to see out the remainder of his career with the club. You absolutely love to see it. He won't be spending the rest of his career at Barcelona, but he is loving it at Seattle. Maybe he's been in another Royal Rumble. Maybe he saw Brock Lesnar get dumped out by Drew McIntyre, getting booted in the head. What a night that was, man. A long time ago. Anyway, Lionel Messi, this season, average rating's gone down to an 8.05, but I mean, it's still ridiculously good. 17 goals, 11 assists, and 13 Player of the Match awards. In total, 20 goals in all competitions. But have Seattle defended their MLS Cup crown? Let's have a little look at the schedule. Yes, Seattle Sounders have done it again. They are 2-time in a row champions of the MLS. They won the Western Conference Finals 3-0 against Real Salt Lake. Lionel Messi, incredible in that final, 9.4, setting up a final with the Eastern Conference winners, New England. But there was no revolution there. Do you see what I've done there? It was a penalty shootout win for Seattle Sounders. Lionel Messi stepping up first, leading by example, except for in the first season, scoring his penalty, and Seattle Sounders won back-to-back MLS Cups. They've also won the US Cup. They beat Charlotte on penalties. What is it with penalties in this team? Lionel Messi didn't play in the final. Maybe it doesn't matter. The North American Champions League, that didn't go too well. They were beaten in the quarterfinals by America from Mexico. I find it weird that there's a team in Mexico called America. That's why I put a weird accent on. Don't doubt it. Lionel Messi though, he is already the Seattle captain. Him and Michael Bradley, the bloody likely lads, calling the shots. Forget about Xavi and Iniesta. Lionel Messi's best friend is now Michael Bradley, I assume. Let's have a little look. Is he friends with anyone? He likes the manager, Brian Schmetzer. Cannot see any other Seattle players under favoured personnel. There is Oscar Astari, who... bit of a football manager enigma, really. Good on Football Manager. Rubbish in reality. I mean, look at that. 5.7 average rating. Come on, Oscar. Lionel will be ashamed to know you. He thinks Michael Bradley's an inspired leader. Oh, these two are just fantastic, man. They're like Ant and Dec. They're like the bloody likely lads. They're like Holly and Phil. They're like other famous duos. They're like Messi and Neymar. And who would be the Suarez? Who would be the Suarez at Seattle Sounders? Let's have a little look. Who could it be? Rafael Duamina. That's the man. He's the Luis Suarez of the occasion. That man looks hungry. Feels Lionel Messi is a vital part of the team. Rafael, son, you're not bloody wrong. But this could be going into Lionel Messi's final year. His contract expires in just over 12 months' time. He's happy to stay there for the rest of his career, but will this be the final year? He'll be getting on by then. He'll be 37 in 12 months' time. I'm going to go to the end of 2024 of what could be Lionel Messi's final year as a professional footballer. Will it end with a hat-trick of MLS Cups? Let's find out. Okay, here we are on the 21st of December 2024, and Lionel Messi's going absolutely nowhere, folks. He has extended his contract at Seattle, and amazingly, he's earning 10% of what he was on before. He was on 200 grand a week when he first arrived at Seattle. He's extended his contract by a year, earning just £21,000 a week. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money for you and I. But for Lionel Messi, that just shows how much he loves life on the northwest. Is it on the coast? Yeah, it must be if they're doing cruises. Anyway, his contract's going to expire on New Year's Eve 2025. He thinks the club should retain the services of Michael Bradley, and he's considering the proposal to stay on for another year, but he plans to retire next year on the 12th of November. So it looks like it's time for the last dance. But how has the penultimate season gone? Messi, now the captain at Seattle, managed by Jason Kreis, whoever he is. Let's have a little look at the schedule. They made it to the Western Conference Final once again, and once again it was penalties, and they ended in disappointment this time. Real Salt Lake beating them in the final. For some reason, Lionel Messi didn't take a penalty. Had he been taken off, perhaps? I mean, he would have taken a penalty. They must have took him off. What a crazy decision by the manager, and it's no wonder they didn't win. Let's have a little look at Lionel Messi's personal season. How's it gone? Just 10 goals this time, and his average rating for the first time at Seattle gone below an 8. Not much below an 8, but below an 8. It's enough to talk about it. What kind of status has he got at Seattle? Let's have a little look. He is a club icon. He's ahead of Casey Keller, and he is ahead of Clint Dempsey. That's how important Lionel Messi has been in the past few years to the Seattle Sounders cause. Come on, Seattle, I need to stop saying that. But he's got one more year left in the MLS. He's been breaking records. He's broke the Seattle all-time record for most league goals with 55. Most man of the match awards in a season. Record for goals scored in a season with 25. I mean, he's only been here 5 minutes and he's breaking records, but he's got one more year. What can Lionel Messi do in his final year of football? Or as he'll be calling it now, soccer. What am I doing to myself? Let's go one last time. Come on, the last dance. That's Chicago, we're nowhere near. Okay, here we are on the 22nd of November 2025, and at the age of 38, Lionel Messi has retired. He is no longer a professional soccer player. His Seattle Sounders career is over. He ends his time there with 76 goals in 162 appearances. Not quite the same rate he was scoring at Barcelona, but it's still pretty damn good. How did his final year go at Seattle? Managed by Slaven Bilic, which is quite strange. Interesting choice. How did they get on in the final year? They were beaten in the final of the MLS Cup. They beat LA Galaxy in the Western Conference final. It went to penalties again. What is it with this Seattle team and going to penalties? Lionel Messi scored in the game, then he scored in the shootout. They set up a final with David Beckham's Inter Miami, and in extra time it was Golden Balls' boys who triumphed, meaning it was a disappointing end for Lionel Messi, who is now teammates with Joelinton. So at least Seattle have now got some South American flair to replace the outgoing Lionel Messi. Never played for Brazil, which is very understandable. Lionel Messi, in his final year, I mean, you can see from this, he's had a great time. He's scored goal after goal pretty much every week. He's been finding the net, except for that week and that week. That week, a bit of a patch here where he wasn't actually scoring. A lot of penalties going on in America right now. So Lionel Messi has retired. What is his legacy at Seattle? Is he still just an icon? He is, but that's fine because there is only one club legend in Seattle history, and his name is Brian Schmetzer. Lionel Messi leading the way for club icons, and he's had a grand old time in the MLS. 4.5 seasons in the United States of America. He even stayed longer than he was meant to. To be honest, I thought he would have retired in 2023, but instead he saw out his contract, even stayed for an extra year, earning absolute buttons compared to what he was getting at Barcelona. Even at Seattle, it was absolute buttons. Lionel Messi has had a great old time in the MLS, but where is he gonna go in reality? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. We will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.